Metro Atlanta lawmakers are helping people understand their rights during federal immigration raids. Forest Park Councilmember Hector Gutierrez and Congresswoman Nikema Williams hosted a resource fair yesterday. We spoke with a woman who attended who's fighting to see her husband.
He's trying to do all the right things to become an American citizen, married to an American person, file taxes, like filing all the right documents. He's been taken to Folkestone, Georgia, which is where the Honda people were taken. He has lost almost maybe 40 to 50 pounds.
Congresswoman Williams accuses the Trump administration of violating its own rules and hiding the conditions of immigration facilities.